Hello, and welcome back to the More Than Mindset Show. I am your host, Kim Guillory, coming in live from Aventura, Florida. Today, I'm going to talk about winning at the game of life. First of all, we want to identify, do you consider life is a game? Because this was a game changer, no pun intended. Haha. This was a game changer for me when I was able to shift my perception from being controlled to being in control, from not getting what I wanted to establishing what I wanted and a path to go and get it. So let's talk about the three things that could shift your perception. First, where are you today? What is your understanding of life or the circumstances of your life as they are presenting today? Like just today in general. Even if it's an off day or even if it's a perfect day, just what is your outlook? What is your perception? What's your understanding of life? Like, man, it's an uphill battle. Things are so hard. The older I get, the harder it is. Man, I'm always struggling. There's always something to worry about. Like, what is your attitude? Or is it, hell, this is fun. I could ride this baby for another 90 years. Like, what is your personal perception about life in general? If I were to ask you, what does life represent? Or what does life mean to you? Man, I spent a lot of years thinking it was just a battle to overcome, like the majority of my life. It was a constant struggle, a constant trying to get beyond hardship. And now I have a different perception, a little different take on it. I see it as a game. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. So if you are burnout, kind of tired of struggling, you're frustrated with, it seems that life is just about working hard, trying to get ahead, overcome mountains. Like, shit, every day I have something else I got to go figure out. So this is for you. So let's talk about three reasons that this might be happening. Number one, if you're feeling frustrated, depleted, burnout, tired, it could be because you're not winning. You're not getting ahead. Like, think about anything that you've struggled with in your life for good reason. Like, you put in the time and it was totally worth it. You got through traffic and it was an amazing event. Anything like that. And then think about how you felt on the other side when you got ahead, when you achieved, when you won, when you got the results. Completely different, right? That's what I'm talking about when I say not getting ahead is the reason why many people are feeling burnout, tired of struggling, and frustrated because they're freaking winning, man. Who wants to be on the losing team? Even when you think about sports, like if you never get ahead, if you never even tie the game, you're just like constantly getting your ass whipped. It's pretty defeating. So you really got to check in with your attitude at this point and question, why am I feeling depleted? Why am I feeling frustrated? I wonder, is it because I'm not winning? Is it because I'm not getting ahead? If I were to wake up today and there would be a $5,000 check in my mailbox or in my PayPal, would my day be different? Would my attitude be different? Would I be thinking and feeling differently? Okay, that's the first thing to look at. The next is you don't know the rules. Like, you're like, how do I win? How do I get ahead? What do I do about this particular circumstance? How do people overcome divorce? being in negative or toxic environments, struggling with their kids or their partners, having a hard time in business, getting new clients, new money, new revenue, a team that actually shows up and wants to work for you. Do you know the rules? The rules of communication, the rules of reciprocity, of abundance, of prospering. So the first thing was you're not getting ahead. And so you're feeling a little burnout, a little frustrated, tired of struggling. The second is shit, you don't know the rules. You don't know how to get ahead. And the third reason might be you didn't even know you were in a game. You thought life is supposed to just be good to you. Life is fair. Everyone should win. We should all pull the ace of spades. So the problem could be that the way you see life needs to shift. So I'm curious, out of those three reasons, if you're feeling frustrated, if you're feeling burnout, tired, just like, dang it, I just can't get ahead. Is it because you don't know the rules or because you didn't know you were in a game? Are you feeling defeated because you're not in alignment with what you want and you're trying to do what everyone else told you? You actually don't know how to create happy and joy and fulfillment and satisfaction. That was me, by the way. I didn't know it was available. I didn't know it existed. I sure didn't know how to get it. And I wasn't looking at life as a game. And actually, I might have been taking it too serious on some levels. And I tend to do that. By the way, that's just like my current personality. I do get a little serious, a little dialed in. So that's the first part of this. And then I want to imagine or decide, just imagine what life could look like if you were winning. Decide that you want to get ahead. And then make the commitment. I'm in and I want to win. Otherwise, the rest of this is not going to pertain to you. So you might still be in questioning, which is fine. I wanted to give some takeaways, like an general understanding why it might be happening and then what to do about it. So that is my intention for the show today. So just imagine you could get ahead. It could feel a little easier. You could be excited about life. Like yesterday was a good day. I ended the day with like, wow, that was a good day. I don't know when's the last time I acknowledged that that was a great day. I feel really good. That kind of blew my mind, which got me on the topic today. So once you imagine, okay, it's possible, then decide you're in. You're in it to win it. You're going to risk it for the biscuit. So that's kind of like 3 steps. First, imagine, see somebody else who's winning, decide that's possible for you, and then commit to going in for the win. 3 steps. So in order to do this, because it's like those first 3 steps or step number 1, it's like 3 parts to step number 1. Step number 2 is determine what is the pattern that continues to repeat itself. If you were to describe your life in a nutshell, and you were going to use the word always or never, then what would follow that? I never get my way. It always falls apart. I get so close and then I don't ever get to the other side. Like, what is your always or never? What patterns continue to repeat themselves in your life personally? This is really important to understand. It's super simple, by the way. You say it all the time. You might not just be aware that you say it. So what patterns continue to repeat themselves? So you want to identify the pattern And then you want to understand what is like an adversary, a roadblock, a barrier. And it's going to be the always or never. So you're like, okay, I see it's that I never get ahead. Okay, I never get ahead because someone always blocks me. Something always happens. Um, like the adversary is the reason the roadblock and barrier exist. So whatever that is for you personally, that's step number 2. So step number 1 was to like you want to imagine, decide, and go all in. And then you want to identify, understand the roadblock barriers of the pattern of repetition. That's number 2. Number 3, this is the one that you may love. I hope you love it. Or you may be like, what are you talking about? Here it is. Take responsibility to turn it around and say, I created this. How can I create that? That's step number 3, is taking radical personal responsibility for the results that you want. Radical responsibility. So, I do these belief camps, belief boot camps, either in growing your business, changing your personality, your money, your subconscious beliefs. Every month, I'm doing some sort of free masterclass, boot camp, workshop that has to do with what I'm talking about today. If you just send an email to kim@kimguillory.com and say, I want to get a copy of one of those, you decide which one for you. The most recent is your identity, your belief about who you are, which is kind of in the same vein as this. And all of those end with taking responsibility for what you want to create. You have to first desire to win. You have to first identify and desire that it's possible. This is your life. What are you going to make of it? Don't be at the mercy of it. Don't be a victim of circumstances. Go and create your own reality. So I'm going to do a quick rundown of this. If you are burnt out, tired of struggling, frustrated, sick of hitting walls, determine first, if you're frustrated, annoyed, low energy because you're not getting ahead, because I can pretty much guarantee you that's what it is. Or is it because you don't know how to get ahead? You don't know what the rules are? Or is it because you don't even know you're playing a game? It's going to be one of those 3. You're like, I'm not winning. I don't know what the rules are. I'm in a game. I didn't know I was in a game. I thought things were just supposed to work out for me. One of those 3, first thing you got to do. And then you're going to imagine it's possible. And then you're going to decide it's possible for you. And then you're going to commit, you're in it to win it. I'm getting in the game. I want to understand the game. I want to know what the rules are. And I want to know how to get ahead. Bing, check. Second thing, understand, identify the barriers, the blocks. What are the adversaries that are stopping you? What is fighting against you? What is preventing you from getting ahead? What is the belief that you have about never and always? What is your story about not getting ahead in your life? I promise you, if you're not getting what you want, there's a story attached to it. You may not even be aware of it. This is why I think coaching is so important, because the coach can see what you can't see. We can't see our own stuff. I can't even see my own stuff. And I work on this every single day. and then decide I am taking personal responsibility. I created this. You have to first admit that. I created this barrier. I created this roadblock. I created this adversary. I may even be the adversary. I may be the unconscious reason why it hasn't happened yet. And that means I can take responsibility for that and I can create something else. Because if you can take responsibility for what you have currently created, you can also take responsibility for what you want to futuristically create. How we do anything is how we do everything. If you don't take responsibility for being the person who created this, then you can never create that, the thing that you want. Listen, this is not a bunch of hogwash. This is super simple, very basic, but we were not taught this, so it's unfamiliar. So we don't really recognize it. The book of life that we have been playing by, the game that we've been playing in, is false. It's fake. It's wrong. It's bad information. It's not getting you anywheres. There's an entitlement piece to it, as if life is fair and everything is supposed to work out for you. And all you have to do is sit here and put your thumb to your middle finger and hum. No. Unless you identify the always and never and choose to shift it and then create something different, you're going to spend your entire life here and you're going to never have learned the rules or gotten in the game or got around the game bored. That's the goal, is to keep getting around it and around it and around it and level up, level up, level up. Think about video games. Think about exercise. Think about increments of anything else that you've ever done. These are stages and levels. This is the game. So many of you have been in the game, and then you somehow let this defeat and burnout and tired and sluggish and whatever this low vibe is, pulled you out of the game. You sat on the bench watching the game. Some of you got back in the audience and you're not even in the arena or the ring or the court. I hope this wakes you up today. Let me know it does. If you have someone in your life who's sitting on the sideline, sitting in the audience, can't get back in the game, they're tired of being beat up and kicked around, guys, just let them know they're in a game and there's a way to learn the rules so they can actually set themselves up to win. Send them to the podcast. Share it with a friend. Let me know if this was helpful. Give me a rating and review so it can get into the hands of more people. Life is a game. You must learn the rules in order to win, or at least be playing in it and scaling up. All right. Have an amazing week.